Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Shaman's Horde on Nyxus Gaming. We are picking up back in Lonesome Road right where you picked up the red glare in the last episode. You will find the Laser Detonator. That's right, today we are blowing stuff up. Now you may notice I'm on a different character here. That's because on the main character that I use for these Horde videos, I believe I've already blown up quite a few of these Warheads. So I just wanted to go ahead and start with a fresh character, that way I could easily go through them all. So here is the detonator right here. You found the laser detonator Ulysses spoke of, a piece of pre-war tech that can detonate the nuclear warheads scattered around the Lonesome Road. You can use it to open new paths, kill your enemies from afar, or even discover secret loot caches. Just point it at a warhead, hold down the trigger, and watch the explosion. If what Ulysses said is true, you'll need this to advance, which means there must be a warhead blocking the way forward. You'll need to find the correct warhead and detonate it. So with this, we can now point it at those warheads right over there, and we can start blowing them up. So let's get started with warhead hunting. There are 30 of these to find throughout the entire Lonesome Road. Okay, so as soon as you grab the laser detonator, there are going to be 5 of these warheads that you can get here in Hopeville. The first one being right in front of you here as you jump down. This one's just kind of here in the way, just to kind of show you that you can indeed blow these up and give you a little test run of it. The next one's going to be further back towards the entrance to Hopeville where you come out of the silo. It's going to be next to the women's barracks for the area, and this one does actually unlock something that you'll need for a future video that I'm going to be doing, a future guide. It is going to be one of the Ralphie posters inside this building right here. All you got to do is blow up this warhead in order to access it. Surprisingly, it doesn't actually damage the building, but it definitely did some damage on, well, everything around it. But once you've taken care of that, you can now proceed forward through the area. You're gonna get up to this gate up here, which is usually locked with a hard lock, but I have already come through and unlocked it for us. And as you turn left on this road, you're gonna get to the first warhead that you are required to destroy. Remember, in that note when we picked it up, it said that some of these might be blocking on our path, and this one here is the first instance of that. So go ahead and blow that up, and you're free to continue forward down through the DLC, but you're going to want to turn right first and come this way to the Marked Men Supply Outpost, where you can find your 4th warhead for the area. Now, destroying this one doesn't really give you anything crazy that you need. It does unlock a few supply crates if you just want the loot, but nothing required by all means. Although really, if you're a true completionist, you want to get all these warheads anyway, and they're all required for the challenge. There's going to be a lot of level ups because this is a fresh character that I brought straight to the divide here. But now we can go down the main path here, and as we turn right, we should be seeing our final warhead that we got to destroy in this area right there just before entering the next area. That is the first 5 warheads of the Lonesome Road. The next area that you're going to see these warheads at is going to be the high road. After you pass through the collapsed overpass, you're going to be on this highway interstate thing, just walking across it. And you're going to get to a little area called the Crow's Nest here, where you'll find your first warhead for the area. Go ahead and blow it up and continue on. There are 4 of them to find here, but be careful as you cross here, as there are going to be quite a few level ups. No, just kidding. There are going to be quite a few death claws in your path. You can already see one there. Now, it might be a smart move to actually use some of these warheads to do some damage to them. The next warhead being right next to the first death claw you're going to see. But don't be surprised if it barely does anything to him. Oh, that one's actually almost dead. That did quite a good bit of damage. Anyways, just go ahead and pass them up. None of these warheads really unlock anything interesting for you, so you're just gonna continue onwards until you get to the end of the high road here, and you're gonna turn around and go down to the bottom there to the Junction 7 rest stop. You actually get a very nice view of it right from up here. You don't even have to go down there. You can just aim and take it out from afar. That's Warhead number 3. Again, nothing too serious to find down there from doing that. So if you're just going for that, go ahead and save yourself the trouble and don't even go down the side here. Now the 4th and final one, you're going to want to come up this pathway here. And we're looking for a truck with the warhead in the back of it. I'm actually a little confused on where it might be. I think it's a little bit further up here. Be careful of the mines. Okay, so I got a little bit lost when looking for this one, not gonna lie, but it is in this area with the dead Deathclaw that I was heading towards. You just gotta come all the way to the back, and there it is. Now again, I don't think this one leads to anything super important. We can take a quick check, and there are some lead-lined metal boxes with just various supplies that you can get here, but nothing too major. After you've pushed your way through the Ashton missile silo and through the collapsed building, you'll make it to your next stretch of 5 warheads. Immediately looking down, you can see 2 of them right here, one to the left of the billboard, and one to the right of the billboard. Then you probably don't want to jump down like I am, but I do have God mode enabled for these videos. There is a safer way down if you follow that scaffolding, although it is a bit slower, so do with that what you will. You're going to want to continue forward, and as the path narrows right about here, be careful of the landmines. You will see your 3rd warhead blocking the path right here. Go ahead and take that out and continue forward. It is very loud with these blow up. You'll see though that in the act of destroying that warhead and progressing forward, you will block your path even further ahead. And unfortunately, there's no warhead to destroy that, so you're gonna have to trek around this way just a little bit. And you'll find this warhead to the right about here. You can blow that up, and I believe it reveals a scrap iBot over here that you will need if you want to fully upgrade Eddie. I went over that in my Eddie companion video that I did a long time ago. And then over here is the 5th and final warhead for the area, which you do have to destroy in order to continue forward into the Cave of the Abaddon. Once you make it through the Cave of the Abaddon all the way to the the Boxwood Hotel roof, sorry, got the wrong hotel roof, you will be at the final stretch of land before Ulysses' temple. Now, if you continue forward, you may want to be a little careful grabbing this warhead here, but it is sort of a 2-for-1 special. Also be careful as there are a couple of more roaming Deathclaws, but that's not your worst worry. If you push past this water, through the sewage pipe, you will find your next warhead right about there. And if you blow it up, you will reveal this new area here with a unique Deathclaw known as Roar. You may recognize the name on my actual Shaman's Horde character. I used the Fist of the the Roar Star or something. It's a unique Deathclaw gauntlet that you can only make with drops from this guy, but the reason I say be careful is once you get in here with them, kind of blocked, and you gotta destroy your second Warhead here in order to get out. So it may not be worth coming in here if you don't think you can defeat that Deathclaw right there. But once you're through, go ahead and continue through to the northwest this way, and you'll be faced with your third Warhead right away. Continue forward as you do, and I don't think it'll be very long till once again you find your next Warhead. This area is just kind of packed with them. You can already see one up there, right up there. I believe there should be more, but those are the only two I'm seeing. You can go ahead and hit these from afar if you want. There is that one. I killed a marked man with that one. Turn around and you can go ahead and get this one. A nice 2-for-1 special. Once you have that, you can go ahead and continue around this way. Go around the sewage pipe. This is actually the direction you want to go. But very quickly you'll find yet another Warhead that's sort of blocking your path here, so go ahead and destroy that. I believe that makes, what, 5 or 6 for this area? But once you take care of that, you can go ahead and walk up here and start ascending up towards Ulysses' temple. Again, watch out for the mines. They are everywhere, along with the marked men. At this point, you are going to want to turn right around and be careful not to fall into that building. Some of the glass is broken, but you're going to come over to the wastewater treatment plant and go ahead and destroy yet another Warhead. Just absolutely crawling with Warheads now. I had no idea where this one was. This is where the water treatment plant was, and if you turn around and look directly that way, you can see it in the rock. Right over there. That's gonna be the final Warhead in this area. And that still leaves 8 more to find. Now here in the final room, the big confrontation with Ulysses himself. We can find 6 more of these guys just kind of scattered around everywhere. There's one to the right immediately as you enter the room, along with one to the left right here next to that super safe nuclear warhead. Surely us setting these off right next to him won't do anything. Look to your right here, you get 3 more for a total of 5 in this room. Let's go ahead and take them out one by one by one. And then for the final Warhead in this room, it should be right here behind another conveniently placed nuke. Now you may be noticing, we've traveled the whole divide, and we only have 28 out of 30. Well, there is a little optional area that you unlock after you get to the Ashton missile silo, and that area contains the final 2, so I'll be right back. And here we arrive at the Courier's Mile, perhaps the hardest area in the game. A whole mile of devastated, irradiated lands, created by you, the Courier, when you launched the Ashton missile. There are 2 warheads here. Now, I recommend if you come in here to get these, you definitely want some radioactive resistant armor, probably some power armor to boost your defense along with it, your damage threshold, and definitely gonna want some Radaway or Rad-X, because you can see I may be in God mode, but I am still getting 17 rads a second in this spot here. Now, there are a bunch of radiated death claws that you're going to want to avoid or take out from afar. As long as they don't start damaging you with their melee, they aren't nearly as bad as the regular death claws you've seen in this DLC. But right away to the right, we see Warhead number 1 of 2 here. Go ahead and take that out. And the next one is going to be just up and over this hill right over there. There are also a bunch of irradiated marked men here as well. And remember, radiation damage just heals these guys. So all of them are just going to be healing up as fast as you're doing damage to them. So definitely come in here with that rad resistance and heavy hitting damage. Stay in range, and you should be able to just dip in, grab these 2 warheads, and get out. But that is all 30 warheads in the Lonesome Road. So thank you all for watching, and next week, we're going to go after something a little more lighthearted. We're going to go after the Ralphie posters I mentioned way earlier in the guide. So thank you, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.